Good morning, investors and traders. In today's segment, we'll be talking about Chinese crackdown of tech companies and how that is influencing Hang Seng Index. More importantly, the major opportunities for Hang Seng Index would be very much for our focus today. So, as always, let me just kindly go through this brief disclaimer. If you have any questions in relationship to this, please feel free to ask me any further questions. Now, let me bring out the MT4 platform and we can look at the Hang Seng Index chart and begin the conversation by looking at the daily time frame. Before I do that, very briefly about myself, I come with a wealth of 15 years of trading experience. During this time period, I have worked as a hedge fund trader for Bank of New York Mellon and as an equity trader with Bank of America, currently providing services as a chief analyst to Evertrade. Now, just a background to the current Chinese situation and why the market is falling like a knife, like a falling knife, like over here, is because China is becoming immensely aggressive on tech companies in order to regulate them to have more control of those Chinese companies. Now, of course, China has made very clear that all the education from a private companies, they cannot make profit. In addition to this, we also know that for the last few months, there has been intensive crackdown on companies like Alibaba and Tencent in relation to their data and privacy and several other issues related to that. Nonetheless, in terms of a technical price action, this is where the things are becoming increasingly interesting because as you can see that for the last 4 days we have seen excessive sell-off in the Hang Seng Index. As you can see, the price is really been falling like it's been dropping like a falling knife, and now the opportunity is on our doorstep in relation to the Hang Seng Index. So let's have a look at that and then see where we can really potentially pinpoint those support zone. Do let me know what are your thoughts about the Hang Seng Index. Do you think that this is an opportunity to buy, or are you going to be holding your fire for the time being and waiting for the sell-off to still continue a bit more? And remember, guys, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe to our channel because markets do change, and when I come back with a new analysis, you need to be aware of that. And if you are subscribed to our channel, you will certainly get all that information. Now, when we look at the daily time frame, we can see that the prices are falling like there is no tomorrow. But what I am quite interested in with respect to the HSI or the Hang Seng Index is the lows of the coronavirus. Now, this is the sell-off that happened during the coronavirus. So as you can see, during that particular sell-off, when that started to happen, like over here, it is this area right around that 20,000 to 21,000 that we are more focused on, because if the price comes over here, there is no doubt that would be a great opportunity with respect to the Hang Seng Index. Nonetheless, currently we do see another opportunity right around these particular price levels as well. And now the price has entered into that area of support as well, which is about 24,172 to 24,742. Earlier today, as you can see, the price did enter that area of support. Now, you could still potentially take that trade right now and put your stop losses below this particular zone, or you could potentially wait for another support zone, which is right around this particular price level where the original rally started, because this was a pause in a rally and then further rally, and after that those explosive moves happened. So we have a number of support zones really with respect to Hang Seng Index. Number one is over here, which is incredibly powerful support zone, and after that we have number two support zone, which is not actually, I wouldn't say equally, which is also very, very interesting. And then we have our third support zone where the prices have just bounced back up. Now there is no doubt that the price is going to see a reversal price action. So based on that, I would say that this particular area where the prices are bouncing, because that mean reversion trade is going to happen, could be very, very interesting, because the prices could really sort of come into this area of resistance before they can continue their leg or another move to the downside. So we could see that. However, what we are really going to see in terms of a price action or in terms of a bigger opportunity is right around these particular price levels, as I mentioned. Now, in relation to your resistance, the first meaningful resistance, as I mentioned, is, the blip is going to be over here, but the resistance is really around that 27,000 price level. So in terms of your risk to reward ratio, if you trigger that trade as of today, you do have that decent risk to reward ratio, because you are risking, let's say, this much over here, but on the upside, you are looking at that 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio over here with and the moment the price comes over here into this area, you could potentially move this stop loss back over here to your break-even price point, because if the price reverses its direction, the chances are, under those circumstances, that if it goes like that, and then starts to break down to the downside, the chances are that either we could see a double bottom forming right around these particular price levels, or the price can continue its journey into next area of support, or it can continue further sell off and give us a great opportunity of buying that over our first and the most important support zone in terms of a Hang Seng Index. All right, guys, this is all for today, and I'll see you guys next time.